Travelling to the USA, I take a visit to what is reputed to be the most haunted house in New York, the Merchant's House Museum. When walking the streets of New York City, the subject of the paranormal wouldn't be the first thing on your mind, amongst all the crowds and never-ending noise of traffic. Manhattan, however, boasts an impressive collection of ghost sightings and allegedly haunted places. The Ed Sullivan Theatre, for instance, is reputed to have the ghost of its namesake still keeping a watchful eye over the building, and not many people visiting Washington Square Park may be aware of the thousands of people that were buried there. Most were victims of a deadly cholera epidemic in the 1800s, whilst others had been hanged there. Although the bodies were removed when the park was landscaped in the later 19th century, reports of ghostly sightings are not uncommon. But on this occasion, I shall be visiting what is claimed to be the most haunted house in New York, the Merchant's House Museum. Built in 1832, this red brick house on 29 East 4th Street, just off Broadway, is a city, state and national historic landmark. It was bought in 1835 by merchant Seabury Treadwell, along with his wife Eliza and their 8 children. This area of Manhattan was an elegant part of old New York, and at a time when the city was transforming into a major metropolis. The Treadwell family lived here for almost 100 years up until 1933, when the last Treadwell sister, Gertrude, died at the grand age of 93. She had lived here alone after her last sister had died in 1909, as the outside world continued to change and adapt to modern life around her. With the house filled with the family's original possessions, the building was opened to the public as a museum in 1936. Here we are at Merchant's House, absolutely incredible place. It's really interesting seeing a house like this that retains all its 19th century architecture, actually in the middle of Manhattan, just off Broadway. Incredible. But this house has other stories to tell besides its intriguing family history. The museum boasts a reputation for being haunted. Reports of paranormal phenomena began just a few months after Gertrude died in 1933, and it is said that it's her ghost, the Lady in White, that's been seen here on many occasions. This apparition has been witnessed on the main staircase and landing, in the front bedroom and by the front door. Gertrude Treadwell very much enjoyed playing the piano in life, and visitors and passers-by have commented on the music heard from the house, thinking there must be a music event going on. When they inquire, there is no musical recital taking place. Cold spots, objects being moved, the odour of cigar smoke, sounds of whistling, laughter and singing, footsteps and a sense of presence have all been experienced here. You can appreciate this behind me. It's absolutely incredible that all the original furniture is still here. Amazing place. Hopefully you can sort of fully appreciate it. It just seems so out of place with the constant redevelopment of Broadway and East Avenue. Amazing. Although always sceptical about light anomalies in photos, 2 separate images taken in Eliza Treadwell's bedroom 6 years apart by different photographers show a vertical light streak by the fireplace. What's interesting is that these images are identical, occur in exactly the same location and nowhere else. They were also taken without a flash on the camera, as flash photography is not permitted in the museum. Due to the many reports the house constantly receives, the Merchant's House Museum staff began working with an investigation team in 2007 and has since obtained a wealth of new data, including EVP of responses to questions and sounds such as footsteps and bells ringing. I've only scratched the surface of the Merchant House's stories of the unexplained, and as I leave, I wonder if former members of the Treadwell family still maintain vigilance over the home they love so much. Incredible place, and actually one of the few places that spooked me out a little bit. I don't get spooked, but it's a place I'd love to investigate, going there with a good medium and see what could be picked up. But of all the places I've done, I did get a bit spooked in there. This is in the middle of the day. It's interesting because it's a 19th century house surrounded by Broadway, warehouses, car parks. It's just completely out of place, because most people in the 19th century, when they came into Worth, would have moved uptown. But no, I'd really like to get back in there actually, if I ever come here again. The Merchant's House Museum offers a rare and intimate glimpse of domestic life in New York City in the 19th century, and coupled with its paranormal reputation, is a fascinating place to explore, and I very much recommend a visit the next time you're in Manhattan.